Monday to Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Repeats Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Only on Bethany TV. Bethany TV, for health.
Arise Woman, you're so much welcome wherever you are watching the show from, and I believe you're so much super excited about the new month of March. Today it marks to be the first of March, and you know, every time we enter into March, tutandika okulowooza nti kati omwaka guweddeko. So you're thinking, have I done all the goals I'd set for this particular year? Have I even anywhere close to the goals that I'd set up for the year? But I want to encourage you that do not lose hope, or do not be like time is rushing, so first I'll not be able to achieve this and this and that. You will be able to achieve whatever it is that you've set your mind onto, as long as you are consistent, as long as you persevere and do whatever it takes for you to have exactly that you set for yourself. So today, this is Arise Woman, and being that we're encouraging each one of us to not give up, to persist on whatsoever they have set for themselves, we're going to look at how we can balance career and then family responsibilities, because amongst us, especially in our communities, we're having people that are transitioning from maybe living kind of a single life whereby they only concentrate on themselves and a few things around them and they happen to transition into a marriage, and it calls for a whole lot of things. And we've had a lot of stereotypes from society of how you are supposed to behave or forego certain things simply because you are into marriage. And for some reason, they will tell you that there is no such a thing like balancing the two. You can't have a career and at the same time you have a family. You have to choose one. But today I'm so much honored to have a couple, Omwami n'omukyala, with us in the studio, and I believe each one of them has a certain kind of experience if it comes to career and then family, and how they have been able to navigate, you know, the two and have their family at its best. So if you are watching us, you can go on different social medias. Even when you are watching us live on TV, kindly go on Facebook and YouTube, subscribe, like, but also you can share to all your friends in your different platforms. I would also encourage you to visit our website as www.bethanytv.ug. My name is Gift Nakainga once again, and in Mercy and Genesis's absence, I want to send you greetings from them. So today we're handling balance between career and family life or family responsibilities. Allow me to introduce my guests in the studio. I'll start with ladies first. Oh, this is March. Women's Day is just in the corner. So I welcome you so much, Grace. I want to have to give you the honor to introduce yourself to my audience, and also I would request the same from Mr. to do the same to the audience.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gift.
You're welcome.
I'm so privileged and thrilled to be on the show today. My name is Grace Arenaitwe, and I'm a professional teacher, apparently also homeschooling our children.
Shall get back
to that. Yes.
Professional teacher, apparently homeschooling the children.
Yes.
Mr. Inarit.
Yes. Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Bethany TV. My name is Ellison Arenaitwe, and I work with Metamorphic. We train pastors, community leaders, basically.
Thank you so much. So we're having trainers, we're having professionals on the show. We're so much glad to have the both of you. And maybe you can tell us about, I started saying that we're having a couple, so I don't want people to be like, but you said they're a couple and they have not mentioned anything.
Yes, I am married to Mr. Arenaitwe Ellison. Gladly married. Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. Yes, we are married. Yeah, we are making 20 years.
Yes.
This year we are doing 20 years.
We are in our 20th year of marriage.
That's amazing.
By the grace of God.
Amen. With children?
Yes, we have 4 girls, beautiful girls.
Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And we waited 10 years for them, so that's
You're having 4 girls?
Yes.
And you waited for 10
good years. Yeah.
10 good years
Yes.
to have
the children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Maybe Mr. Arenaitwe can just tell us a bit, something small about that. If you say you've been married for 20 years and it took you 10 years to have children, how was the experience like?
Well, personally, I think I thank God. God gave us grace. It's such a mkama. I really attribute all the success and the ability to go through the 10 years to the grace of God. I don't think if it wasn't for God really, I think it would have been much harder. Yeah, but God gave us grace, covered us. Grace is a covering. God covered us, and so we did not experience a lot of the arrows and the bigambo.
Ninga byaliwo ebigambo.
Yes.
Yeah, twabitegeera bingiko
ebiruma
twabiwulira late and
nga
tebikyasobola kuluma
tebikyatukomako
tebikyasobola
naye ebyaliwo ebitonotono byaliwo in the process.
Yeah.
Naye biri ebiruma ebikwata wali.
Yeah.
Mukama nga bw'ayogedde Mukama alina engeri gye yakishieldinga.
Yeah.
So that we are not able to face them while we went through that hard moment.
Yeah.
The few I think he allowed us to experience, he knew we could handle. Okay. And indeed we tried to handle. Wow. But those I think that would have broken me, especially me, came after, and I was like, wow. Yeah. Maybe
I
a topic for another day.
Go into details of this, but I feel like the fact that we're even going to talk about family and all that, I feel like families have been tested. They have stood a test of time, especially those that have not had children, or that they have tried here and there, and society's never been kind, because for it has its expectations. Like once you get married, they will be counting years over months and all that. Weeks that they're expecting you to be pregnant and you're not. So what advice can you give to that person? I believe there is someone that is maybe taking years, or I don't know, waiting on God to have children.
Okay, me first. To the ladies, I can identify with you, I can feel you, I understand, because I've taken that path through. Maybe some of it's even a year or two and you're already on this pressure. The first thing, I can't give you, how do I call it, like tips on how you should do it, because even me, I didn't know how I was going to do it, because I didn't see it coming, I didn't expect it, but I found myself in it. But eventually, of course, I cried, yes, I was on pressure, I prayed, but I remember I reached a point and I realized it was a God issue, I had no control over it. So one of the things I remember I did, especially him, he told me, he reminded me of the scripture that says that when you pray, you should believe that it is done. So I prayed and believed it was done, though I didn't know when it would be done, but I just believed God that it would be done. Secondly, I held peace. I said, God, give me peace over this. Thirdly, I looked around. God helped me to look around the positive things around me. First of all, I appreciated God for the good husband he had given me and a good marriage. So I started appreciating every other positive thing around me. I said, let me concentrate on this and thank God for this. He has given me life. He has given me good health. Let me thank him for this. Then I distracted my mind from childbearing, especially when I reached the 8th year. Oh my God. I was like, Lord, this is the 8th year. I don't know how much more time I need to wait, but I think I have a life to live. Help me live this life. So I concentrated on things that were building me, things that were making me happy, things that were fulfilling me. And I said, let me give up on this child issue because it was really drowning me and stressing me and wearing me out. So I was like, now, if Jesus comes now, he finds me crying, and yet there are these other things he has blessed me with. Yeah, so I just look at what God has blessed you with. Concentrate on that. Yes, people will talk. Protect your heart. The Bible says that above all things, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. You know, whatever enters your heart will determine how your life is going to be. So if you protect your heart and you allow only that which fulfills you and makes you happy, I'm telling you, you'll be shielded. That's all I can say. Yes.
Wow. Mr. Of course, anyway, this can be general, but also there is a gentleman that is going through the same, and you know it's always different for the genders, female and male, but what advice can you give for a man? And because now it took you really 10 years, it's a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I think, okay, the first thing is we are born again. So for the non-believer, it becomes a bit challenging. So that one, I mean, I can say maybe okusaba, yes. But basically, for the believer, one, I think, abantu bagamba tokusabira. The truth is that people will pray for you. People will pray for you. They will even dream. They will prophesy. They will do all those things. But when you're walking with God, chirala, it will take God not really. When I pray, it doesn't mean that God is going to actually answer. No, He will answer. Yeah. His answer can be yes or no. Yeah. So, but wetwe wa mukama netuteeka obulamu bwaffe mu mikono gye. I think mukama atuwanirira. Then ekirala is the challenges should be for the two of you. Obuziobeerawo is when now you get out of the core, nemutandika obusaasanya. You are attracting more challenges, and they are going to break you. Trust me, they will break you. What helped us was between me and her. Wow. Yeah. So basically,
we
the man, yeah. So the man, one, you stand with your wife. Number two, tebina kufuluma. You can only talk to maybe one or two prayer partners. One prayer partner actually is enough. And bingi tetuyinza byoyanga ate olina ebirala byotubanja.
So I think that also can help us to enlighten more about our topic of discussion, that balancing the careers that we have and also the family, or the responsibilities that come along with family. So I think I'm going to start with Grace. She mentioned that she was like, she's a professional teacher. At the same time, she's chosen to, she does homeschooling for the children. I think after the 10 years of Grace not having her little kids, then after the kids come, she's like, no, I can't take my kids to anyone to teach them. I'll do it myself. So how has it been for you to balance your profession, being a teacher, and at the same time having these girls around you and entirely your family, the responsibility of family?
Actually, yes, professionally, I'm a teacher. But after graduation, I did not practice teaching. I went into other different jobs, ministry. You know, I didn't really practice my teaching profession. Actually, even by the time the children came in, I was working. But when they came in, we sat down, we talked through it. And already I had friends who had gone through homeschooling, especially with the SCE curriculum. And it's like being a Christian curriculum, as like, because you know, like Hannah, I had made promises to God. As like, when you give me children, Lord, you know those promises. At one point I did. I made that prayer, you know, the Hannah prayer. So when the children came in, that thought came, that promise. So I was like, how would we go about it? So I already had that planned. of homeschooling, that you having those children on that curriculum, the SCE curriculum. Yes, so that's how I started. I went for training. The children came in. I'm already homeschooling them. Of course, I have some other friends of mine who got to know what I was doing. They gave me their children. So as much as I'm homeschooling our children, I'm also earning some money from other people's children. So it's like more of ministry. I'm then back into teaching, then but doing it from home.
So for you doing your career, like you pursuing it like from the comfort of your home?
Yes, comfort of my home. Actually, when I realized that because they bakura kumu kumu, so I was in this baby environment for quite some years. But now they have reached at a level where I have more time. At least I've got some little more time to do something else. So I actually enrolled for an online course, which I can still do from home.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm trying to take my career to also another level, but still while attending to family duties of parenting, taking care of him to make sure he remains, in good shape.
Yes. And then I think we're just going to get into a break, but when we come back after we've gotten that kind of foundation, we're going to know maybe from his perspective, how can we have people that are having both be able to balance and not to let the other take a toil. Because someone will tell you there isn't you balancing both. You can never strike a balance between both. You can only choose one. And I think that is what society is telling us. Yes. I do not know how true it is, but we're going to establish it, whether it's the right thing to do or not. You are still watching Arise Woman. We're getting into a break. We're coming back.
Bethany TV for health. Showing on Bethany TV.
Why do we get sick?
That lack of knowledge is it's a very, very big problem.
What can we do to avoid becoming sick?
From hospital and you're fine, you don't disappear. Come back after 6 days. We do an assessment. How is your blood pressure? How are you doing? How are you coping up with motherhood?
Here's an opportunity to learn about some of the common illnesses and how to avoid them.
Don't overuse your knee joint.
Buli muntu yenna alina obulwadde obwa diabetes, obwa pressure, yetaaga eye check-up.
Get all your health questions answered by a health expert.
Only on the new series of Health and Wellness. Every Saturday, 8 p.m. live on Bethany TV with your host, Dorothy Aine Mbabazi. Showing on Bethany TV. When a charismatic chief of surgery, Charlie Harris, ends up in a coma, his team is left in chaos and in a state of shock.
He's a chief of surgery. He's not going to wait.
As the action unfolds, Dr. Harris wanders the halls of Hope Z in spirit form, not sure if he's a ghost or a figment of his own imagination.
You can see me?
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All hands on deck to save lives as they deal with the complicated and courageous decisions that are made in their daily struggle to keep hope alive. Saving Hope Season 1, Monday to Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Repeats Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. only on Bethany TV. Showing on Bethany TV.
Life is a juggling act, with the demands of life posing the need to look glam and rise to the occasion. But amidst all this, there are things that cannot be compromised, like how we care for our skin, tend to our scalps, revitalize our looks, and rock the ever-changing apparel dynamics.
Join me, your host, Sima, every Sunday at 3 p.m. on Skincare and Beauty as we understand in depth how to care for our skin and look glam in a healthy way.
Bethany TV, for health.
We've been told not to think of having a balance between career and also our family, that we can never strike that balance, but we do want to understand whether we can strike it. And so for some reason, many of us have been so scared, thinking, or maybe if I go into family, I might fail to concentrate on my career, or maybe this and this. But let's see, we're having people that have taken it like 20 years, they're in marriage, but also they're doing their professions, or they are having their careers. I'm having a couple of two, Grace and Ellis, is it Ellison? Mr. Arenaitwe. So I want to get to you. I believe you've had quite an experience if it comes to work and also family. So, but there are certain I would call them expectations that really society has from men and from women if it comes to career and also family. What are some of those expectations, especially for men?
Yeah, well, men, I mean, if it comes to work, you expected, I mean, to be hitting the sky. Yeah, providing, I mean, doing the big things. Those are, we are expected to do the big things. Yeah, so be the man. Yeah, we are told to be the man. Don't run away. I mean, so when it comes to work, yeah, we need to be excelling. These days I hear digits, how many digits people are digits. Often digits make us, so people are into the digits, so people expect you to be big, to be getting big digits. Yeah, but well, when it comes back to me personally, yeah, I think there is what God has called me personally to do, and it may not be the digits that actually motivate me. My motivation, I think, is doing what He has called me to do and finishing. Jesus said that I've come to do the will of the Father and to finish. Paul said that I have run my race, I have finished the course, and now awaits me a crown. So there is, so to me, yes, that is my work. So the digits, of course, will come. The digits will be there, but my focus is not on the digits. It is actually on finishing.
It's on finishing.
Yes,
oh, wow.
And finishing well.
So, do you think it's very possible, and if there is a man out there that is failing to really catch up with that too, maybe they're giving more time to work than family, because we're seeing so many children grow up as if they have not had father figures, and maybe the father is there, but the father is so much absent, and he will tell you by the end of the day, I bring food at home, I pay rent, you don't like this and this and that. So how can a husband have the two aligned together?
Yeah. Now I think the first thing I think is working together with your wife. I think it becomes a challenge if people are not working together. People are not friends.
What do you mean working together?
Now people get married and they are not friends. There are two things here. People, we actually encourage people to be friends
before being husband and wife.
Will work out the friendship.
Work out the friendship.
Yes, I think it's easier when you have married a friend or your spouse is your friend, and basically if you're friends, you talk about everything. So it's easier when you're friends. Why you can actually do everything now, like I'm working from home, but I mean I love it. So it is easier when you talk about marriage and work. I think if you are friends, it's easier.
And okay, I'm sorry to ask, but I feel like at what stage should we have that kind of conversation, because I'm thinking you've already had the 4 children, and then now you're sitting on table. Or is it supposed to be before even the children come in, or at any stage it's something that you can discuss?
Well, if you have no friendship, basically, one, I will talk about friendship. We encourage people to, because friendship is the foundation of a good marriage. People can be married and they are not friends, they are just married. So, but if you are friends, you actually, the line becomes thin. She'll be interested in your work, she will support you when you're back home. I mean, basically, you are around friends. The way people leave work and then they go drinking, and then they are playing a pool table. It's basically like that, just that here, they are doing it outside their home. But here, from work, you feel everything is a part of you. Yeah, so the other man will feel, after work, what is part of me is a pool table.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, you run to your friends. Everyone runs to where
what
they are.
Like.
Yes, to their friends. Friendship, to their friends. So when I'm in work, when I finish, I want to be with my friends. So if your wife is your friend, it becomes easier.
Take home. If your wife is your friend, so those that are planning to get married, get married. And thank me later. So I think I'll go back to Grace. Like you mentioned that you are supposed to work together, and I feel like maybe we can get your perspective of working together with your husband, not to have this any one of you struggling to have the balance, because at the end of the day, children will be like, fe mama yabera, auntie tata akola, wafe tata yabera, auntie mama akola, and at the end of the day, that has an impact that it will put on the life of the children that is not actually good. So what do you have to say about that?
Yes, what I can say, like he mentioned, when you are friends, you talk about almost everything. So when you sit down with your husband, you'll talk about it. For example, he has maybe ambitions, you have plans. By the time you got married, maybe you were planning to continue with studies. This one wants to do business. You find maybe your list has different paths they are taking. So when you are friends, you sit down and talk through. And I usually tell people, most times, you have a list of things to do, and you feel they are all important to you. But I would always encourage people, begin with priority. What is priority here? So as you sit down, what is more important to you? In my personal experience, work and family comes first. To me, family, I really value family. But then at the same time, this family needs to be fed. Meaning, something has to be coming in to cater for family. So as we talked, we agreed that that I settle home. The stereotype behind family is that people believe that women are supposed to be home, they are nurturers, they're supposed to be to do domestic work, and you find that some women find it like a burden, because maybe some of them, their priorities are different, but also culture defines it that way. Women are meant to be home. But there's whereby you agree as a couple, you agree and say, okay, I'm staying home. He's going to work. We have agreed. How do I support you while you're home, taking care of home? How do I support him while he works? But at the same time, not him working at the expense of family. So it comes back to priority. If family is priority, at the same time I need to work. So I need to balance it. I need to do it in a way that I'm attending to family needs and at the same time attending to my work. Kubanga temugenda kutuula waka bakuba mweyagala nnyo. Katunaalya ki? There's something you mentioned about men families complaining because men are always working, and then men are like, I need to feed you. Yes, we need to feed us, but we also need you. Okay, we also need you. The children need you. Let me tell you, Gift, there is always, we grow, children grow up in stages, but there are stages in a child's life where they need their parents. In that, when you miss that stage of a child in their lives, it will be very difficult for you to catch up with them. That's why you see some children end up growing up and they are rebellious. Katwogeza ko omuteleza nakugamba where are you? Okitegeera wali bize ng'okola ki ng'okola naye ne weerabira okutegeera nti omwana yali aneetaaga at that point. Naye waliwo wootuuka ng'abaana bakuze n'ogamba okay, here I can release them, here I can do this, or nobeera intentional n'ogamba my week is so tied up, how about I create a Sunday afternoon for family? So at the end of the day, it is priority and intentionality.
Priority and intentionality.
Yes.
Because now I want to think, if you say someone has to set priorities, and you're saying that there is certain stages in life where children will really, because now we're looking at family, and families are holistic, like it's everyone in it, the children, the wife, the husband, and the other people that you're having in the family. So almost everyone needs you. At the same time, you're having your boss out there. Maybe you're not self-employed. Your boss needs you, and even other things they need your attention. Yes. Do you think, you've said that for you family is a priority, yeah? Do you think to anyone that is out there, they should also prioritize family? Because I'm saying this, someone one time commented and he said that you people out there, mwemukuza abaana mubalemeza okubana charinga obulungi, so webakula, they come into the marketplace, they come into the workspaces, and they become a problem because they were not nurtured from home. So do you think that parents should also prioritize that work is there? Yes, I need to provide, but I have this as my number one kind of responsibility.
Yes, they have to.
And if you say the needs, what are those needs that are we looking out for? Because like I mentioned, someone will tell you, I give you rent, I do this, I pay your tuition, I do this and this. What more do you want? So what is that more that we always want, even when they bring bread every single day?
Yes. Okay. People show care according to how they feel. I'll give you bread, yes, and I'll feel I'm caring. But the question is, do you know how I want to be cared for?
Do you think it's the bread that I want?
Is it the bread I want? Me, I want you. The children will tell you, I want you. I'll give an example. There's a lady, she lost her husband, but the husband was away. Yeah, like long distance relationship, yes. And he was away for a long time. And this lady needed to take care of home. She had a baby, a little baby. So after her maternity leave, I think the baby, after 1 year, she needed to go back to work. So she would leave the baby to the neighbor. Every morning, she wakes up very early, takes the baby to the neighbor, goes to work, comes back late in the night, spends a short time with the child. So one day when the child was 3 years old, she asked them, 3 years old, she asked the mother, Mommy, are you my mother or auntie neighbor? Let me call her auntie neighbor. Are you my mother or auntie neighbor? Why? The child would spend most of her day with the neighbor. Do you know what happened? The lady told the husband, please make sure you send welfare money monthly. I am sitting home to take care of our daughter. She resigned and sat home because she cried, she was broken. Wow. This is a 3-year-old, yes. So at times we just need maybe to understand what our people need at home. There are some women who will tell you, go and work. You go and work. For us to work, because to work sente. Nabo jebali. Nabo jebali. Kasta go to gabi. Ze waliwo gwemanyi. Kasta nzo mpa sente nga sibona abona. Even if you come home with your laptop and do what, nga ye alioke kasta oleta sente waka. ye kyayagala naye waliwo oli abaana bajja kukula olabe emize togitegeera obabuuze mwe bana mwe anti they are now teenagers now that's when you're remembering to bring the rod because the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child. But you spared the rod at the wrong time. Now they are going to tell you, they're even going to hold themselves. You're going to beat me, you as who? They don't know you. You've been a stranger in the house. So the question is, what do you want? At the end of the day, yes, you're going to go out there and work and pursue your studies and whatever, but now at the end of the day, you'll end up with family. Because even when you retire, you'll come back to your wife. Even when the children have grown and they are married, they have their families, you have your wife. So where are you going to begin from? So at the end of the day, family.
Talk about the sick leave. I think I've worked a bit with men, but I realized that men do not want leave. But maybe, Mr. Narrator, you can make us understand, because we have, like I mentioned earlier, we have an issue of absent fathers. Like, of course, he comes back home, but maybe he's so tired, he's busy with assignments and all that, and is not into the life of the children, and he has a career, or he has, like we said, society is expecting that man to provide no matter what. How can they, besides you've talked about working together with a wife, which other means, which other ways can a man strike the two, that I have to work at the same time, I have to be involved in my family affairs?
Yeah, well, I think there needs a balance, because truth be it, the kids need their parents. It's not only the bread. I think growing up, I think I wanted to, my father, I think, passed on when we were little. So growing up, I felt there was a gap in my life, and I was expecting certain men to fill it, father figures, but also they also didn't fill it up very well. So personally, I think I make it a point to be available. You may not be correcting all the time. Sometimes they just need you around.
Just to see you.
Yes.
And everything is
exactly. They want you around. The girls want to play with you. They want to disturb your hair. They just want you around. So you need that time there. So you need to create it. Otherwise, yes, we have daughters, and I know that I need to play my role as their father, and I need to be an example to them. So I need to be around, not only bringing bread, because anyone can bring bread. An uncle can bring bread, but they want to see their father around. Girls, one of their needs is security. When I'm around, you can know that they actually think I'm a soldier. Yes, but anyway, yeah, we need to strike. Sometimes even it's not just the money, no.
So it's never been about the
money? It's not the money. The money is okay. The money has its own role. But if you're not available, it is dangerous. Why? Now, for me, the girls, if you are love, yeah, we were talking about love, something about love. Now, yes, some people, you just give them things, but then other people want you around.
They want you.
Girls will want you around. I wanted some people to be around, and they are not there, and it was a gap in me. So I must, yes, I may not have gotten that which I wanted exactly. So I'm not crying over spilled milk. I need to do what I'm supposed to do. My responsibility to provide, yes, but I need to be available.
You provide, but you also available.
You are available.
Actually, even when he's away, he makes it a point every night to make video calls.
For the girls to see.
Even when he delays, they're like, Mommy, when is Papa calling? Can you please call him and find out? And it has to be a video call. We want to see him, and they see us. Papa, show us where you are. Show us your bed, where you're sleeping. You know.
Wow.
It's just an intentional thing. Even at times you even see him very tired. He has had long sessions, a whole day, you know. You even see his eyes red. You're like, Papa, you're dozing, you're yawning. But at least they have seen, even if it's just 2 minutes. So it's really intentionality. It's not that people don't have time.
Okay.
Time is created.
So you create time.
You create time. You become intentional because it is a priority to you. Those who give excuses don't have it as a priority.
Actually,
thank you. Okay.
Actually, one thing that's very important is when your children realize you do not love them. For you may think you love them, but you are absent. You are communicating something. You are communicating there is something that is more important than you. So.
But for you, thinking that
you think, because you provide bread, yogurt, so say, now they want you available. And this truth be said, if your children ever realize that you do not love them, if you are communicating that you don't love them, see how much you pray and fast, you will lose them. They'll cast away your values. Every family has values. But if children realize that you do not love them, they will cast your values away. So, ekyo personally ngezaako nnyo okulaba nti abaana si kubaweereza buweerezi migaati, but you are around, you try, you play with them. They need to see your love in action. Not just the providing. Yeah, so for me, I think that anyway.
Thank you so much. I think this, if someone is out there and they're having a family, or you're thinking of having a family, I think these are some insights or things that you can start thinking about. There is a difference between I love you and actually really, someone tapping into that kind of love, especially for the children. I'll give a scenario as we wind up. There was a child that really wanted to commit suicide. And she grew up with a single mother, and the mom, she took it upon herself. They have reasons. So she was like, this child, I have to achieve it through the child. So she grew up a child, take her into a certain kind of career, music, career. They never sat down to agree, those things of music and all that. So but the mom nurtured her into that. Namufola superstar, I would say, a celeb and all that. So but there was a time this girl was frustrated and so tired because the mom was the manager. The mom was everything, was the manager, but of course, and the mother. She's the mother, but she's now the manager to this talent. So when this girl was so tired, she wanted to die, so she went to commit suicide. So while she was trying to commit suicide, she wanted to throw herself from the rooftop. The mother finds her trying to throw herself out, and she couldn't believe it. So anyway, they called the police and that to rescue the kid. So, but the mother was asking, why are you doing this? And the girl told the mother, it's because of everything, it's because of you. And
didn't listen.
The mother is like, what do you mean it's because of me? Like virtually musiro kutoka kweli sokwagala okweta ngobulamu bwolimu buli muntu bwayagala, the limelight, you've never lacked anything. Mwana nabuza mama we, have I ever told you that this is what I want?
She loved her
mama namugamba Lwaki ogamba you've never told me, like I've been here, I'm your mother. The girl was like, no, you've not been my mother, you've been my manager. So now me telling you that I don't like whatsoever it is you're doing with me, it's me committing suicide to show you that I really don't like anything. So I get your point when you say we can imagine things. You're thinking you're doing your best as a parent, and yet the child is having it the other way round. So as our parting shots, I think I want to encourage people that are encourage people that are into families. They're trying to struggle between career, family, Shiriwa, but I'll start with you, Grace.
Please come again.
To people that are out there, they're already in family, like they are married, they're having children, but they are struggling. But what are you in Kayana between striking a balance between the two?
Yes. Please attach value to your family, because at the end of it all, you'll end up with your family. Even when you retire from your work, I repeat, and I had mentioned it, your children should be there to take care of you. Your wife or husband, whoever you are that, that is busy for too busy for your family, or too busy or rather busy at the expense of your family, always remember you'll end up with your family. So it is good, pursue your career, do your work, look for the money, but you need your family. You need your family because it is the backbone of your life, as I may strike it. I may say it.
Well, I conclude with two things. One, we need a balance. As men, we need a balance. We must strike the balance between the work and the home. Number two, knowledge. Knowledge, it's not complicated. I'm trying to learn my girls. All of them, they are different. So I'm still trying to learn them on how I can communicate love to each one of them. The other one loves toys, this one doesn't. This one loves to be carried. So sometimes I try to watch out why I need to communicate love to these girls. I don't want them to grow up with a void. Wow. So as a father, as fathers, as parents, we need to strike a balance, because the money will not be there when we are. The money may never be there, but these guys are going to be there. So, and if we do not invest in them, it will be very challenging for us. Yes. So knowledge. Powerful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate Mr. and Mrs. Arina Itwe. Thank you for coming through us, Bethan TV. We're so much grateful. And to our dear viewers, I think I'll want to send my greetings to everyone that is watching Bethan TV, to our John Speaker and the entire family, Mutumba and the entire family, Edward, everyone that is watching the show, to the girls. Are they watching? Okay, greetings to the girls and those that are watching us online. You're doing such an amazing job.